Hey, what's going on, guys? Michael here again, bringing you some Black Ops gameplay. This is sniping this time though. Domination using the gold L96 sniper rifle. And seeing as this is my first sniping commentary, I thought I'd use this to talk about sort of weapon balance, in particular with relation to sniping throughout all the Call of Duties, and how sniping has evolved throughout all the Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4. I don't really want to go back any further than Call of Duty 4 because I never really played Call of Duty 2. I played Call of Duty 3 like twice and gave up on it because it was terrible. So yeah, starting with I apologise if I sound awful. I'm coming down with a really bad cold, not good. But starting with Call of Duty 4, I think sniping in that was pretty damn good, to be honest. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I hear a lot of people say that sniping was perfect in Modern Warfare 1, Call of Duty 4, and that it shouldn't have been ever changed from that. Don't necessarily agree with that, but I do think it was very good. Obviously, people's favourite guns were the M40 and probably the Barrett or the R700, all of which were pretty damn good guns. The M40 in particular was obviously everyone's personal favourite. Well, most people's, and I just think in general it played pretty well. It was quite easy to get into, but hard to do well at and hard to kind of master, which is kind of how it should be, I suppose. I think a couple of things about it though. This isn't just in relating to sniping, but I think there wasn't enough attachments across all the guns, and only being able to have an ACOG scope on your sniper rifles kind of didn't help the experience. But in general, I think it was pretty damn good. I can't really talk too much about it because, as I said, I didn't play Call of Duty 4 that much, and when I did, I generally used a submachine gun or a shotgun. But yeah, Call of Duty 4 sniping wasn't bad. Onto World at War. World at War, in terms of the actual game mechanics, it didn't really change too much from Call of Duty 4. They just kind of took the Call of Duty 4 mechanics and put them into World War II setting, really. So sniping was largely the same. The only main difference was you have the bolt action rifles now without a scope. You could have like the Springfield and the Mosin and stuff. You could have them without a scope, which World at War was the first game I really got into. Well, the first Call of Duty game, and probably the first online game after Halo 3 that I really got into. And I loved the bolt action rifles. I loved using them without a scope. The Mosin Nagant was a personal favourite of mine. And then once I unlocked the PTRS-1, obviously that was a really good gun as well. As I said, not really too different from Call of Duty 4. It just depended which game was your personal choice, really. I preferred World at War. I know there's going to be I'm going to get a lot of stick for that, but I actually preferred World at War to Call of Duty 4. I didn't like the tanks and stuff, but that's not because Call of Duty 4 was the worst game necessarily. World at War was just the first game I got into, and yeah. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2. Whether you loved or hated Modern Warfare 2 with regards to like the grenade launcher attachments and one-man army and all this other mess of crap, I think Modern Warfare 2 has to be given some praise. It was the first game that really introduced quick scoping as we know it, well, now on Modern Warfare 3, which, whether you love or hate that decision to introduce that, it really did change the way almost everyone looked at sniping. Sniping became a lot more mainstream, a lot more people were doing it. And all of a sudden YouTube blew up with clans like Optic and FaZe and others, and yeah, it was I think you've got to give credit to Infinity Ward, I suppose, for whether it was for introducing that, and I also think you've got to give Infinity Ward credit in terms of Modern Warfare 2, because I think Modern Warfare 2 and going on to Modern Warfare 3 now, I think they have the most weapon balance across the sniper rifles. I'm not relating this to other different types of guns like assault rifles and SMGs. I'm just relating it to the other sniper rifles and its class. I think when you look at the other games, Call of Duty 4, everyone, as I mentioned, used the M40, the R700 or the Barrett, and the Dragunov, and I can't even remember the other one, the M21, were not very good. Then you've got World at War. World at War was okay, but all the guns were very similar. That was one of the big criticisms of World of Wars. All the guns in the classes were very similar. And I think Modern Warfare 2 was really the first game to really introduce different types of sniper rifles, but all of which had not necessarily equal usefulness, but they were all very practical. I think when you look at, obviously the Intervention and the Barrett were the most popular guns, but the WA2000 was a personal favourite of mine. That was the first gun I got full camo for on Modern Warfare 2, so. And the M21, they weren't one-shot kills, but in the right hands they were just as useful as, say, an Intervention or a Barrett. Then we move on to Black Ops and Treyarch. I loved sniping in Black Ops roundabout sort of March time after the game had came out. When Black Ops first came out, sniping was terrible, and I think even Treyarch would admit that. They made a very deliberate attempt to nerf the amount of sniping in Black Ops, and nerf not necessarily the amount of sniping, but the amount of quick scoping. And what they did was they made it so that Sleight of Hand Pro didn't affect sniper rifles anymore, so you couldn't get the faster aim down sights. And in a lot of people's opinion, that would have been, in my opinion as well, if they'd just done that and then left sniping how it was, that would have been enough for me. That would have taken it back to sort of Call of Duty 4 style, and that would have been okay for me. But instead they decided to add in all this other crap, like the random bullet spread if you fired too quickly, the increased idle sway, and all this other stuff, and it was just, and the off-center retargeting and stuff, which basically meant that snipers were so nerfed. Like for the first maybe 6 months of Black Ops, the only practical way to play with a sniper was to sit at the back of the map and hardscope, because there was very few people who could quickscope effectively with the game like that. And then obviously Treyarch realised they made a mistake, and through a series of patches it ended up getting to where it is, kind of as I'm showing you in this game. They got to this sort of style, which I actually really liked, and I found it probably the most rewarding. Mr. Jesus at Work, who is another YouTube commentator, if you haven't heard of him, check him out. He did a video recently talking about how he felt that sniping was more rewarding in Black Ops than it is in Modern Warfare 3, and I'm inclined to agree. With sniping like this, it was just, people say that, oh, it was underpowered because you couldn't scope in quickly enough, but you've got to remember bullet damage was lower on Black Ops as well, so you generally could scope in and shoot before you were dead, which is the same as Modern Warfare 3. So although snipers zoomed in slower, you also didn't die as quickly, so it kind of balanced out against Modern Warfare 3. But I just felt sniping on Black Ops was really rewarding, whether you were sitting back and picking people off like you saw me do at the start of the map, or whether you were running around quickscoping, as again you see me do like periodically throughout this game. It was just, I think the maps were more suited to sniping, and there was sort of longer sight lines. I preferred the maps on Black Ops to Modern Warfare 3. I'm not going to make any jokes about that. Like I think the maps on Modern Warfare 3 in general are poor. It's probably the worst thing about Modern Warfare 3 in my opinion. I do not like the maps on that game. But seeing as this game is getting quite near the close, I'll talk about Modern Warfare 3 sniping. It's very similar to Modern Warfare 2. I've heard a lot of people say that, it's not really Modern Warfare 3, it's just Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2.5, sorry. And yeah, fair enough. I'm inclined to agree with that, particularly in relation to sniping. The MSR feels a lot like the Intervention. The Barrett feels a lot like the Barrett in Modern Warfare 2. And I do like the new RSAS going. I was talking about how Modern Warfare 2 had good balance between the sniper rifles, and I think Modern Warfare 3 does as well. The RSAS and the Dragunov. I haven't used the Dragunov yet, but I've heard it's quite good. Well, I've heard it's okay. So yeah, this is wrapping up pretty soon. What are your thoughts on sniping? What game did you enjoy sniping on the most? What game did you find the most rewarding? And what's kind of like your favourite sniper rifle throughout all the Call of Duties? If I had to say one, I'd probably pick the L96 that I'm using here. I think it looked really nice with gold camo. But yeah, guys, as always, if you'd follow me on Twitter, www.twitter.com/Dougal, same as my gamer tag, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. I need all the subscribers I can get at the moment. My videos aren't getting a lot of views, and it would be really appreciated. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. There'll be more stuff soon. Probably go back to some Modern Warfare 3 stuff recently if you're not liking the Black Ops. I know there's a couple of games in a row I've posted Black Ops now, and I'll post some Modern Warfare 3 next. Maybe a free-for-all or a drop zone gameplay. Alright, thanks for watching again, guys. Bye.